In Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, where harmattan fog cloaks the dawn, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with weathered skin, rules as the gossip queen, her thunderous voice scattering birds from the guava tree as she lounges on a scratched green plastic stool, sipping bitter leaf tea from a dented tin mug, her vibrant attire wrapper flashing colors, weaving spicy tales that grip every neighbor by 6 a.m., pulling them into her web of secrets and laughter. The courtyard hums with clotheslines, blue buckets, and tin roofs under a hazy sky, her bold cackle sparking curiosity. Yet her hidden struggles as a widow raising kids hint at a brewing storm of ambition and betrayal, hooking you to wonder what shocking rumor she'll unleash next, keeping you glued till the end to see if her dreams soar or crash in a scandal that could shake the very heart of this bustling Nigerian community. In Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, as harmattan fog softens the dawn, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with a lined face, leans forward on her green plastic stool, her blue attire wrapper vibrant, whispering spicy gossip about Aisha's late-night stroll with a widower to Mama Fatima, 48, who shells peanuts into a chipped bowl, her mock shock lighting up the veranda. Their animated chatter, laced with laughter, draws neighbors to the courtyard's tin roofs and guava tree, each word a hook pulling listeners into the drama. Yet whispers of Aisha's office life stir tension, hinting at a scandal that could unravel bonds, keeping you glued to see if Mama Amina's tales ignite a fire or fade into whispers. As the foggy morning hums with secrets that promise to shake this Nigerian community to its core, urging you to stay till the explosive end. In Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, under dawn's harmattan haze, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with a weathered face, freezes mid-gossip on her green plastic stool, her red attire wrapper vivid, as she overhears Chioma, Nkechi, and Bola giggling about natural glow bombs that promise honey-like skin and big money. Her eyes spark with ambition, shouting "Wouldn't be this glow" to the trio, their casual blouses swaying in the courtyard breeze, igniting dreams of lifting her kids from poverty, while guava trees and tin roofs frame the scene, hooking you with her bold vision. Yet whispers of her past failed ventures linger, pulling you to wonder if this bomb dream will shine or spark a devastating fall, keeping you gripped till the end to see if her passion triumphs or unravels in a scandal that could shake this Nigerian community to its core. In the heart of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, as dusk settles over the tin-roofed buildings and harmattan haze softens the evening air, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles carved by years of struggle, barricades herself in her cramped kitchen, its peeling tin walls lit by a single flickering bulb, her faded blue attire wrapper tied tightly as she stirs a clean white plastic bucket filled with fresh shea butter harvested from local trees, aloe vera plucked from the backyard. Under the moon's watchful glow, ground oats for soothing softness, a dash of pure honey for natural nourishment, and a splash of her son's olive oil, each swirl of her wooden spoon infused with whispered prayers for her children's brighter future, her hands trembling with a mix of hope and the weight of widowhood. The tiny room heavy with the scent of her dreams to escape poverty's grip. The table, scratched from years of use, holds 5 glass jars soon to be labeled Mama A's Gentle Glow Balm, Honey Shine and Days in bold black marker, their promise of wealth glinting in the dim light. While outside, the guava tree sways gently, and distant Lagos street sounds hum, hooking you with the raw emotion of a mother's desperate ambition. Yet shadows of her past failures, Zobo sales drowned in loneliness, chin-chin smoke that choked her dreams, palm reading that misread fates, linger in the air, tugging at your heart as you wonder if this natural glow venture will lift her family to glory or plunge them into a nightmare of regret. Each stir of the spoon building suspense like a drumbeat, pulling you deeper into her world of grit and gamble, where every jar holds not just balm but the weight of her children's hopes, keeping you glued to the edge of your seat, craving to know if this widow's bold leap will shine like honey or burn like fire, urging you to stay until the shattering end reveals whether Mama Amina's dream will transform Oshodi or break her spirit in a scandal that could echo far beyond the compound's gates. In Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, at mid-morning under a hazy harmattan sky, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with a face etched by hardship, transforms her courtyard into a vibrant stage, her red plastic table draped with a yellow checkered cloth, adorned with 5 glass jars labeled Mama A's Gentle Glow Balm, Honey Shine and Days, in bold black marker, a cardboard sign proclaiming, "From dull to honey glow," swaying gently in the breeze. She stands tall in her finest blue attire wrapper silver, bracelets jingling, borrowed sunglasses perched on her head, her voice booming through a small black mini speaker. Radiant souls, my balm na pure natural from Benin, bless for your skin. Drawing a crowd of curious neighbors, their eyes gleaming with hope, as Nkechi, a 27-year-old stylist with braided hair and a blue blouse, Mama Remy, a 50-year-old homemaker in a faded headscarf, and Aisha, a 30-year-old bride-to-be in an elegant green gown, slip coins discreetly for jars, their whispers of glowing skin fueling Mama Amina's dreams of lifting her kids from poverty. The guava tree looms nearby, its leaves rustling, while tin roofs and scattered plastic buckets frame the bustling scene. The air thick with excitement and the scent of shea butter, hooking you with the electric promise of her ambition. Yet a shadow of doubt creeps in. Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, chuckling about her miracle cream, his teasing words hinting at cracks in her glowing empire, pulling you to wonder if this bold launch will soar or spark chaos. As the courtyard pulses with laughter and whispers, each coin a step toward triumph or disaster, keeping you glued to see if Mama Amina's natural glow bomb will shine like honey or unravel in a scandal that could shatter her dreams and shake Oshodi to its core, urging you to stay till the explosive end to witness whether her hustle lights up Lagos or burns her hopes to ashes. In the vibrant pulse of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, under a mid-morning harmattan haze that dusts the air with golden light, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles etched by years of toil, stands triumphant behind her red plastic table, its frayed yellow checkered cloth fluttering, showcasing 5 glass jars labeled Mama A's Gentle Glow Balm. Honey shine in bold black marker, her green attire wrapper radiant as she hands a jar to Nkechi, a 27-year-old stylist with long braided hair and a blue blouse, coins clinking in her palm, while Mama Remy, a 50-year-old homemaker in a faded headscarf, whispers to Mama Zara, a 40-year-old gossip in a red wrapper, about faint red spots on her arm, her brow furrowed. The courtyard hums with life, guava tree leaves rustling, tin roofs glinting, blue buckets scattered near a leaky tap, as buyers like students in crisp uniforms and housewives in colorful wrappers slip coins discreetly, their eyes gleaming with hopes of glowing skin. Mama Amina's confidence soaring like an eagle over Lagos, her silver bracelets jingling as she raises prices, claiming Ghanaian shea though its backyard harvest, her dreams of funding her kids' school fees igniting, hooking you with her gritty hustle in this Nigerian urban tapestry. Yet whispers of doubt creep in as Nkechi confides about tingling cheeks, and Mama Remy shows red patches, Mama Amina dismissing it with a warm smile. Not just skin adjusting to goodness, pat him softly. The air thick with shea butter's scent and suspense, pulling you to wonder if her glowing empire will shine or crack. Each jar a ticking promise of triumph or disaster, keeping you gripped till the end to see if her bomb will light up Oshodi or unravel in a scandal that could break her dreams and the trust of this tight-knit community. In the heart of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, on a sunlit Sunday morning veiled by a faint harmattan haze, the courtyard pulses with tension as Auntie Aisha, a radiant 30-year-old bride-to-be, stands frozen, her elegant blue cotton gown swaying slightly, her face now a shocking patchwork of pink and pale splotches from Mama Amina's balm. Tears streaming down her cheeks like rivers of heartbreak as she clutches her gown's hem, her dreams of a perfect wedding introduction crumbling under the cruel spotlight of public shame. Nearby, Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn brown cap and faded shirt, leans casually on his rusty red motorcycle, pointing and laughing loudly, his voice slicing through the air like a blade, mocking her two-tone face as neighbors gather, their gasps echoing off the tin roofs and guava tree, where small green fruits dangle in the breeze. Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with weathered skin, stands defiantly on the cracked concrete veranda in her vibrant green attire wrapper, hands firmly on her hips, shouting, "My balm na pure natural, na your skin day reject progress." Her bold denial only fueling Aisha's sobs, each tear a silent plea that hooks your heart, pulling you into the raw pain of her humiliation in this bustling Nigerian community. The courtyard, alive with scattered blue plastic buckets and clotheslines heavy with damp wrappers, buzzes with whispers as Baba Ade, the 60-year-old landlord in a faded brown agbada, steps forward, waving a rusty handheld fan, his stern voice demanding peace. Yet the crowd's murmurs grow, their eyes locked on Aisha's ruined face, amplifying the scandal's sting. The air thickens with the scent of dust and unresolved tension, drawing you deeper into this drama, making you wonder if Aisha's love will survive this betrayal, or if Mama Amina's empire will crack under the weight of her mistake. Each sob a pulse of suspense that keeps you glued to the edge, craving to know if this heartbreak will heal or spiral into a chaos that shakes Oshodi's gates to their core. In Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, at dawn's first light under a misty harmattan haze, chaos erupts as Nkechi, a 27-year-old stylist with long braided hair and a blue cotton blouse, bursts from her doorway, her face swollen like fresh bread, a shocking mosaic of red, pink, and white patches from Mama Amina's balm, her piercing scream slicing through the courtyard, drawing every neighbor's gaze. Mama Fatima, a 48-year-old gossip in a red batik wrapper, pounds frantically on Nkechi's cracked wooden door, her face twisted with worry, as the guava tree's leaves rustle and tin roofs glint in the soft orange glow, the scene pulsing with raw panic that hooks you instantly. Soon Mama Remy, a 50-year-old homemaker in a faded headscarf, stumbles out, her neck mottled with black, red and yellow patches, tears streaming as she clutches her wrapper, while Auntie Aisha, 30, in an elegant blue gown, runs barefoot, her pink and peeling face marked with welts, sobbing about her ruined wedding. Chioma, a 25-year-old seamstress in a simple skirt, and Bola, a 24-year-old scholar with glasses, join them, their itchy arms and red foreheads exposed, their dazed expressions a silent cry that pulls your heart. Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow in a green Adire wrapper, stands frozen on the veranda, her bold facade cracking as Chioma points angrily, accusing her balm of betrayal, while Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, drops his cup of Gary, shouting about Mama Remy's lion fight, his laughter clashing with the crowd's gasps. The courtyard, strewn with blue plastic buckets and clotheslines, hums with shock as passers-by peer through the gate, the air thick with shea butter's lingering scent and escalating dread, drawing you deeper into this Nigerian community's unraveling trust. Each victim's raw pain fuels the suspense, making you wonder if Mama Amina's dream will survive this explosive scandal or shatter under the weight of her mistake, keeping you glued till the end to see if Oshodi's bonds will heal or break forever. In the heart of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, under a blazing mid-morning harmattan haze, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles from relentless struggle, sits defiantly on her scratched green plastic stool, her cheeks glistening with olive oil, shouting, "My balm now premium natural from Benin." In a vibrant blue Adire wrapper, her silver earrings catching the sun as she defends her empire on the cracked concrete veranda, while 5 victims, Nkechi, 27, with swollen cheeks in a blue blouse, Mama Remy, 50, with patchy skin and a headscarf, Aisha, 30, with pink welts in a green gown, Chioma, 25, with itchy arms, and Bola, 24, with a red forehead, sit dazed on a wooden bench, their faces a raw testament to betrayal, hooking your heart with their pain. Nearby, Mama Fatima, a 48-year-old gossip in a red batik wrapper, secretly films the scene with her small Android phone, her sly grin barely hidden as she captures the victim's anguish. The video's caption, "Mama A Glow Bomb," soon to explode across WhatsApp and TikTok. Its viral spread igniting whispers beyond the compound's tin roofs and guava tree, where leaves rustle in the dusty breeze. The courtyard buzzes with 10 neighbors checking their phones, their gasps mingling with the scent of shea butter. As passers-by peek through the gate, drawn by the scandal's electric pull, Mama Amina, oblivious to the filming, raises her chin proudly, dismissing the victim's pain as allergy-rejecting progress. Her bold front a fragile shield against the brewing storm, pulling you into the suspense of her unraveling world. Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, chuckling at the chaos, amplifying the tension as the video spreads like wildfire, making you wonder if Mama Amina's defiance will stand or crumble under the weight of public shame, keeping you glued till the end to see if her glowing dream will survive this viral betrayal, or shatter Oshodi's trust in a scandal that echoes far beyond the compound's gates. In the heart of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, at high noon under a searing harmattan haze, the air crackles with tension as Auntie Folake, a formidable 55-year-old retired teacher in a regal purple Adire gown, leads the neighborhood Sisters League, 10 fierce women clutching placards scrawled with "No to skin damage," and "Mama A Bomb," unintended warfare, their chants thundering through the courtyard, shaking guava tree leaves and rattling tin roofs, hooking you with the raw power of their justice-driven march. Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with weathered skin, stands defiantly on the cracked veranda in a vibrant blue batik wrapper, her powdered face set, shouting, "My formula day pure, now their skin no sabi progress." As Mama Remy, a 50-year-old homemaker in a faded headscarf, dramatically unveils her arm, revealing red, black, and white patches like an overripe banana, her tearful cry, "See what she do me!" piercing the crowd's heart, pulling you into the victim's pain. Nkechi 27 with swollen cheeks, Aisha 30, with pink welts, Chioma 25, with itchy arms, and Bola 24 with a red forehead, stand behind. Their scarred face is a silent accusation. As neighbors film with phones, the second viral video captioned, Mama A denies crime as evidence speaks, spreading like wildfire. The courtyard, strewn with blue buckets and clotheslines, buzzes with onlookers, a danfo parked outside the gate as passers-by crane their necks, the scent of dust and shea butter thick in the air. Auntie Folake points at Mama Amina, demanding answers in 30 seconds, her voice a drumbeat of authority, amplifying the suspense that grips you, making you wonder if Mama Amina's bold front will crack under this public trial, or if her empire will survive the storm, keeping you glued till the end to see if her defiance holds, or if the weight of Oshodi's outrage shatters her dreams in a scandal that could echo beyond the compound's gates. In the scorching noon heat of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, where harmattan haze cloaks the bustling courtyard, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep-set wrinkles from endless struggles, stands defiantly in her vibrant blue attire wrapper, her finger pointing accusingly at Mama Fatima, a 48-year-old gossip in a red batik wrapper, shouting, "Now you teach me this bomb formula," her voice cracking with desperation as 10 neighbors gasp, their eyes wide, drawn to the unfolding drama beneath. The guava trees rustling leaves and glinting tin roofs, hooking you with the raw betrayal pulsing through this Nigerian community. Mama Fatima, her jaw dropping, loosens her headscarf in fury, retaliating with a venomous shout. "You day lie. You borrow money, dilute mix, use fake photos." Spilling Mama Amina's secrets like spilled Gary, her words slicing through the air. Each revelation a dagger that amplifies the crowd's laughter and gasps, pulling you deeper into the shattering of their once close bond. The courtyard, alive with scattered blue plastic buckets and clotheslines heavy with damp fabrics, buzzes with shock as Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, chuckles from his rusty motorcycle, his teasing amplifying the chaos, while the scent of dust and shea butter lingers, thick with tension. Mama Amina's eyes well with tears, her bold facade crumbling under the weight of public shame. Yet she stands tall, refusing to break, making you wonder if her spirit will survive this brutal betrayal, or if Mama Fatima's explosive truths will bury her dreams forever. Each gasp from the crowd a pulse of suspense that keeps you glued to the edge of your seat, craving to know if this widow's resilience will triumph or if the sting of this scandal will unravel her world, shaking Oshodi's tight-knit bonds to their core, urging you to stay till the end to see if forgiveness or ruin awaits in the shadow of this heart-wrenching confrontation. In the fading dusk light of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, where a dusty harmattan haze settles over the courtyard, tension peaks as Baba Ade, a stern 60-year-old landlord draped in a faded brown agbada, stands tall clutching a rusty handheld transistor radio like a scepter, his voice booming with authority as he issues a crushing ultimatum to Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with weathered skin, demanding she refund the victim's hospital bills or face eviction from the compound. His words, slicing through the air like a final verdict, hooking you with the high stakes of her crumbling empire. Mama Amina, in a vibrant green attire wrapper, collapses onto the cracked concrete courtyard. Her wails of enemies no-go succeed, echoing off the tin roofs and guava tree, where leaves rustle in the evening breeze, her tears glinting under the orange-purple sky, pulling you into the raw despair of her shattered dreams. 10 neighbors, their faces a mix of pity and cheers, gather around their wrappers and caps vivid against the dusty backdrop, while blue plastic buckets and clotheslines frame the scene, the air thick with the scent of dust and lingering shea butter. Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, chuckling at the drama, amplifying the crowd's buzz as Mama Amina's pleas for mercy fall on deaf ears, her widow's struggles laid bare, making you wonder if her bold spirit will rise from this crushing blow, or if Baba Ade's ultimatum will force her from the only home she's known. Each sob a pulse of suspense that keeps you glued to the edge, craving to know if external forces will intervene to save her, or if this public downfall will mark the end of her glowing ambitions, urging you to stay till the heart-wrenching end to see if Mama Amina's resilience can defy the odds or if Oshodi's gates will close on her dreams forever. In the tense morning light of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, where a faint harmattan haze dusts the air at 10 a.m., chaos erupts as Officer Lamra, a commanding 35-year-old Nigerian policeman in a crisp black vest and dark sunglasses perched on his forehead, strides into the courtyard, clutching a glass jar of Mama A's Gentle Glow Balm, his face twisting into a sour grimace as he sniffs it, confirming its allergic sting. hooking you with the electric arrival of justice in this bustling Nigerian community. Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles, stands nervously on the cracked concrete veranda in a vibrant green attire wrapper, her hands gesturing wildly as she pleads. "Not pure natural, officer, I swear." Her voice trembling, while two junior officers in faded blue uniforms flank her, ready to arrest. The courtyard pulses with 10 neighbors' gasps, their colorful wrappers and caps vivid against the guava tree and glinting tin roofs, the air thick with shea butters. Scent and dread. Auntie Aisha, 30, in a blue gown, sobs nearby, her patchy face a raw testament to the bomb's failure, pulling you into the victim's pain. Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, shouting, "Mama Adon, relocate to Area F station." His laughter amplifying the suspense as Lanra orders her arrest, Mama Amina rolling dramatically on the ground, crying spiritual attack. Her defiance crumbling. The scene, framed by blue buckets and clotheslines, buzzes with onlookers, making you wonder if her empire will survive this public reckoning, or if justice will bury her dreams. Each moment a pulse of drama that keeps you glued, craving to know if Mama Amina's spirit will endure, or if this arrest will shatter Oshodi's trust, urging you to stay till the end to see if her redemption rises, or her downfall seals her fate in the scandal's unforgiving grip. In a cramped, dimly lit police station in Lagos, Nigeria, at noon, where peeling paint and dusty ceiling fans set a tense stage, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles etched by hardship, stands trembling in a faded green attire wrapper, her eyes brimming with tears as the DPO, a stern 50-year-old man in a crisp blue uniform, slams a stack of hospital bills totaling 200,000 naira onto a scratched wooden desk, demanding she pay or face court, his voice a thunderclap that hooks you with the crushing weight of her financial ruin. 5 victims: Nkechi, 27, with bandaged cheeks in a blue blouse; Mama Remy, 50, with patched skin under a headscarf; Aisha, 30, with welts in a green gown; Chioma, 25, with itchy arms; and Bola, 24, with a red forehead, stand grimly, clutching receipts, their silent pain pulling you into the raw aftermath of Mama Amina's failed bomb. Outside, through a grimy window, Lagos' bustling streets hum, while inside, the air is thick with dust and despair. The scent of shea butter lingering on Mama Amina's wrapper, she pleads, "I just try manage life as widow," her voice breaking. But the DPO's unyielding glare offers no mercy, amplifying the suspense as she faces ruin. Back in Oshodi Compound, neighbors bid on her rusty standing fan, old LG TV, fridge, and beloved green plastic stool, their voices buzzing like vultures, while Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, chuckles by his motorcycle shouting, "Mama Adon, sell her life." The courtyard alive with guava trees, tin roofs and clotheslines, her tearful sale of possessions barely covers the debt, forcing her to borrow, each naira a stab at her pride, making you wonder if her spirit will rise from this crushing fallout or if the law will bury her dreams, keeping you glued till the end to see if Mama Amina's resilience can defy this scandal, or if Oshodi's gates will close on her forever. In the fading evening light of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, where a dusty harmattan haze softens the air, Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles from relentless struggle, stands trembling in the bustling courtyard, clutching a crumpled A4 paper with her apology scribbled in shaky black ink, her faded blue attire wrapper hanging loosely as she reads, "I no mean to cause harm with my bomb, I dey sorry," her voice breaking under the weight of public shame, hooking you with the raw vulnerability of her downfall in this Nigerian community. 20 neighbors, their colorful wrappers and caps vivid against the guava tree and glinting tin roofs, erupt in laughter, their jeers echoing as Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn brown cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, shouting, "Read 'em louder, Mama A," his taunt slicing through her pride, pulling you into the sting of her humiliation. The air, thick with the scent of dust and lingering shea butter, pulses with tension as Mama Amina's eyes well with tears, her once bold spirit crumbling, yet she forces out each word, her hands shaking, the paper's creases catching the warm orange glow of dusk. The crowd's mocking laughter grows, some pointing, others filming with their phones, amplifying the scandal's bite, while blue plastic buckets and clotheslines frame the chaotic scene. Mama Amina, her face flushed with shame, finishes and storms off, slamming her door with a thud that echoes across the compound, her retreat a desperate cry for escape, making you wonder if her broken spirit will ever rise from this public reckoning or if Oshodi's scorn will bury her dreams forever. Each laugh a pulse of suspense that keeps you glued, craving to know if her apology will spark forgiveness or seal her ruin. urging you to stay till the end to see if Mama Amina's resilience can shine through this heart-wrenching scandal's unforgiving grip. In the gentle morning light of Oshodi Compound, Lagos, Nigeria, 2 weeks after the storm, a soft harmattan haze dusts the air at dawn, where Mama Amina, a 45-year-old widow with deep wrinkles carved by hardship, sits quietly on a weathered wooden stool in the courtyard, her faded green attire wrapper draped humbly as she sells chilled pure water sachets and groundnuts from a tray, her face serene with newfound peace, a stark contrast to her former gossip queen days, hooking you with the quiet strength of her transformation in this Nigerian community. Nearby, Auntie Aisha, a radiant 30-year-old in a flowing blue gown, her skin healed and glowing, embraces her fiancé, a 35-year-old man in a crisp white shirt, their smiles radiant under the guava tree's rustling leaves, pulling you into the warmth of their restored love. Nkechi, 27, in a blue blouse, Mama Remy, 50, in a headscarf, Chioma, 25, in a skirt, and Bola, 24, with glasses, chat happily, their faces free of bomb-induced scars. The courtyard alive with tin roofs, blue buckets, and clotheslines, the air carrying the faint scent of groundnuts and hope. Uncle Tund, a 50-year-old bike man in a worn cap, leans on his rusty motorcycle, chanting playfully, "Hope it no be Mama A's formula," joined by neighbors' laughter, sealing the compound's new mantra against miracle products. Mama Amina's eyes, once fiery, now reflect lessons learned. Her quiet sales a testament to her resilience, making you wonder if her humbled spirit will find lasting peace or if whispers of her past will haunt her. Each sachet sold a pulse of redemption that keeps you glued, craving to know if this transformed widow can hold on to her newfound calm, urging you to stay till the end to see if Oshodi's healed bonds will endure, or if shadows of scandal will linger in this vibrant community's heart. In the fading glow of dusk, when the compound air carried the scent of roasted corn and whispers of unfinished quarrels, Mama Amina slowly stepped forward with trembling hands and tear-streaked eyes. Her once thunderous voice now softened into a fragile melody that pulled every neighbor closer, for this was not the gossip queen they had known, but a wounded woman stripped of pride, begging for a chance at redemption. And as she stood beneath the old guava tree where children once mocked her fallen dream, she raised her head, her wrapper swaying gently like a flag of surrender, and declared, "My sisters, my brothers, I wronged you not out of wickedness but out of desperation. And though my bomb burned your skin, it was my blind ambition that burned your trust." Her words echoing like church bells through the courtyard, and suddenly the compound, once divided by ridicule and suspicion, began to lean in, breaths held, wondering if forgiveness could bloom from the ashes of betrayal. Then Auntie Aisha, scarred yet graceful, stepped forward, her fiancé lingering in the shadows, and said with a shaking voice, "Mama A, your mistake almost destroyed me, but I see your tears, and I know grief drove your choices. Still, will you promise never again to let hunger force you to gamble with our bodies?" And Mama Amina fell to her knees, clutching the soil as if it could swallow her shame, crying, "I promise, by the same God who watched me bury my husband, I promise to use my voice only for truth, my hands only for healing." And the crowd gasped, caught between pain and hope, while children peeked from windows, sensing a turning point. Then slowly, one by one, the wounded women approached, not to embrace but to stand in a circle of hesitant solidarity, and Uncle Tund, ever the broadcaster, whispered into his old phone, "Breaking news, Oshodi witnesses history, from gossip to grace, from scandal to sisterhood." And though the night had only just begun, everyone knew the story unfolding was no longer about bomb or scars but about whether a community could rise above its own laughter and learn to heal together. And in that silence, hearts pounded with the question that would keep the audience hooked until the final breath. Would forgiveness truly take root tonight? Or would old wounds reopen with the morning sun? The compound had never seen such splendor, for as the drums beat like thunder and the lanterns swayed in rhythm with the harmattan breeze, Aisha emerged in her radiant gown of white lace woven with golden threads, her scars faintly visible, yet glowing with the courage of survival. And every step she took across the decorated courtyard echoed louder than gossip ever could, making neighbors lean closer, whispering not rumors but admiration, while Mama Amina, humbled and wrapped in a simple blue wrapper, clutched her children's hands and watched with eyes wet from both shame and pride, realizing that this celebration was not only about Aisha's union with the man who had stood by her through the storm, but also about the community finding its rhythm again, because the same mouths that once mocked were now chanting blessings, and the same eyes that once doubted now sparkled with joy. And when the bride's veil was lifted, revealing a smile both fragile and fierce, the compound erupted into Cheers so loud they drowned even Uncle Tun's playful commentary. Yet deep within, the suspense lingered like a steady drumbeat, because everyone wondered if this wedding marked the true beginning of healing, or if hidden grudges still lingered like embers waiting to reignite. But when the groom raised Aisha's scarred hand and kissed it before the crowd, silence fell so heavy it wrapped around every soul, tugging hearts like a sacred vow. And then the applause returned, waves of clapping like ocean tides, pulling you deeper into the moment, until Mama Amina slowly stepped forward, bowed low before the couple, and whispered, "May your love shine brighter than my mistakes," her words slicing through the air with such raw honesty that tears rolled down cheeks across the courtyard, leaving the audience not just watching but feeling, desperate to stay till the very last moment to see whether this was truly the dawn of everlasting joy or merely the calm before another storm. When the compound finally fell silent after weeks of chaos, laughter, and unforgettable tears, Mama Amina sat alone on her old wooden stool under the weary guava tree. The same tree that had once carried echoes of gossip, quarrels, and unending spectacle. But tonight there was no crowd, no spotlight, no eager ears waiting to sip her words. Only the cool harmattan wind stroking her tired cheeks, and as she stared at the distant lanterns flickering in the dark, she allowed her mind to wander back, through the scars of ambition, the storms of disgrace, the nights when hunger whispered foolish promises, and the mornings when her own pride dressed itself as courage. And with every memory she exhaled, her chest grew lighter yet heavier, for though she had lost almost everything, her fragile reputation, her fleeting empire, her closest friend, she had gained something more precious than coins or gossip, the bruised but unbroken spirit of a woman who had stumbled before her neighbors, yet now dared to rise quietly, learning that true strength was not in how loud one shouted or how many secrets one exposed, but in the soft, steady decision to keep living, to keep providing, to keep forgiving, even when the world refused to forget. And as she clasped her palms together, whispering a prayer so faint it blended with the night breeze, the compound seemed to listen, the walls carrying her vow like scripture. "From this day, let my voice be a balm, not a blade. Let my story be a warning, not a wound." And though no one answered, and no applause followed, a strange peace spread across her weary face. A peace that made you wonder if this quiet widow, stripped of thunder, might finally discover a gentler kind of power, one that could outlive even the loudest scandal.